I would join a startup called Mesosphere 2014. And the company was basically trying to create an open source project called Mesos, which is one of the earliest software that's running containers, like these Docker stuff. Twitter was using in production, and even Siri was starting to use Mesos as well. So you have these like very large scale clusters, all chooses to use Mesos. Once you see these big players start to adopt something, it's usually these tools will become what everybody else will run around. Our founders saw the opportunity that, hey, let's start a company behind it so you can make sure that the software becomes the most popular way to run all your applications everywhere. So, when I joined 2014, there's no Kubernetes. Mesos was the only thing that exists. So we were a hot company. That's why we're like a unicorn within 2 years. And I think when you see the momentum back then of how Mesos grew, it really felt like we will be the next generation of software. But I think one thing that really killed us was arrogance, I guess, that we'll just keep being the number one option open source. The sentiment was like, hey, we have so much momentum. We'll do better. We'll keep growing. Even though it's Google, whatever, all these things, it doesn't matter. And, the world definitely showed us a lesson. I think sometimes you ignore the power of community because revenue it's a lagging indicator. And so we learned really the hard way that I think the community actually is bigger and powerful than you ever think.